You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
This is the Daniel Monday Night Community Show on demand through YouTube. Thank you very much for choosing to listen to us through this method. If you'd like to keep up to date with when I add new interviews, then subscribe to this channel. If you could just introduce yourself to our listeners to start us off.
Okay, well, glad to be back on the show, Daniel. I'm Dave Harcourt. I'm the Executive Officer for Swale Community Leisure. Swale Community Leisure are the operator and charity that run the Leisure Centre at Swallows in Sittingbourne and Sheppey Leisure Complex here in Sheerness.
So how has the new year been so far at Swale Community Leisure?
Well, it's been an interesting one. I mean, we always hear about austerity, about how people seem to have lower and lower disposable incomes, but I have to say that's not reflected in the way people are using Sheppey Leisure Complex. In fact, I would say this has been one of our best years yet in terms of numbers of people joining. And probably for me, the most important statistic, though, isn't so much about people joining and more people wanting to get fitter and healthier, which is important, but it's the fact that we have, compared with other similar organisations in Kent, what's called an attrition rate, which is very, very low. In fact, I would go so far as to say that particular site in Sheerness has got probably the lowest attrition rate for members across Kent. Now, what that means is that we're actually, in general, when people join, we always lose some members as well, but we're actually not losing any more than we join. So that rate is known as the attrition rate and is very successful at the moment. So that says to me that customers are loyal and they must be getting something they like, which is great for us as a business and great for us working with local people.
Well, it certainly sounds good. I was wondering, has there been any major developments? Because I seem to remember you talking about there was issues with the dance floor studio and the gym below.
That's right. And that was one of the reasons I was so pleased about the way the membership and the attendances are going, actually. It took us until probably the first and second week in January to confirm things, but we had over the Christmas period quite a substantial amount of work done, courtesy of Swale Borough Council, who are our landlords and owners of the site. We worked together to make sure we made repairs to the areas which needed it, and one of the main things was our dance studio. I think because it's been so popular over the years, it probably gone past its sell-by date, and the floor was starting to feel a little bit worn. So we had to put some steel beams in just to shore it up and to relay the floor, and that was all done over the Christmas period. And alongside that, we also refurbished the gym area below. So now we've got a lovely new dance studio which has been redecorated, and also below a fantastic new gym. So that was great, and I think that's probably one of the reasons people keep coming. I mean, I guess if you keep going to a place and you don't see any improvements, you get a little bit fed up after a while, but it seems to me that the customers in general seem to be pleased with the work we've carried out and done for them. So that was good news.
Well, one of the things I always like to get an update on, and our listeners like to as well, is what's happening around the Beachfields project.
Of course, and that's why I first came on the show. Oh, I can't remember how long ago it was now. Was it 2 years now? It seems to have been a while, actually.
Is.
Yeah. Oh, that's good, though, and I'm glad you keep asking me back. But Beachfields was always a long-term project. We wanted to make sure that we made the right changes to the area. And, of course, there are a number of constraints there, not least of all finances. But, working with partners at Swale Borough Council, Sheppey Matters and, Canterbury College and so forth, we wanted to make sure that we did the right thing for the local people. And we have started to see some movement. And probably the biggest thing that's happened over the winter, over the closed period, is going to be the refurbishment of the paddling pool. I don't know if you know, Daniel, there's a paddling pool in between the seawall and the Healthy Living Centre, which has been very popular with children and families over the years.
Yeah, I know. In the summer it gets busy. I've seen it.
Yes, it does. But I must admit, over the last couple of years, we've had some problems. I think it's where it's just becoming a little bit aged, and we wanted to make some repairs to it. Well, Swale Borough Council have made quite a major investment, and I'm pleased to say that work's been carried out now. So that includes the plant machinery, it includes the area around the paddling pool itself. So it's all going to be not brand new, but it'll be completely refurbished, tidied up, repainted, and ready for the summer season. And we hope, alongside that, what we want to do is not just leave it somewhere for people to go and visit, which I'm sure will be popular enough anyway. We want to start running activities for children, both around the paddling pool and also Beachfields Park in the area near the sandpit. So look out for that in the future. In the summer, we hope we can have a much more comprehensive outdoor programme as well for people to enjoy.
So is this all sort of reactive or part of the planned approach?
Well, that's an interesting question because I think the work needed to be done. I don't think anybody would doubt that. And I think we probably need to be more proactive as an organisation in terms of trying to get people to enjoy the area and give them opportunities to do so. But it was planned in many ways because we've got a strategy which is called 2020 Vision, which is really how we want to be and see ourselves in 2020, which is now coming up sooner than I could possibly have imagined. But when we first set the strategy out in 2015, a major part of it was taking a structured approach towards beach fields and the development of the leisure centre in sheppey and the areas around it. The paddling pool was one of the main targets. I'm pleased to say we are actually hitting that now. We are getting somewhere with the improvements, and we're also working on improvements internally as well. So that's to come, but it is coming. So watch this space, and hopefully I can update you in future shows. The other thing that's happening, I think I mentioned it very briefly last time when I was on, we are working with the Swale Borough Council, who have put in place something called a limited liability partnership and also a regeneration partnership. And what that means is we're working with consultants and external contractors, so we're not just working in isolation to look at the improvements. So rather than us making decisions, or even just us and local people making decisions, we want to look at the bigger picture and make sure that whatever happens in the future over the next few years in Beachfields Park fits into what the whole island needs, and that's really quite crucial because otherwise there's no longevity to the project. So yes, things are happening and we have got some tangible outcomes now.
And finally, do you have any other plans or things to let us about for the remainder of the year?
Well, I think development of what we've been doing so far is key. But one of the things we've always wanted to do, and it has formed part of our 2020 Vision strategy, is looking at how we impact on the health of local people. And I think it's just a note, because we're at the start of this really. We are working with partners more closely than ever before at Swale Borough Council, with the local CCG, with the NHS, other partners that are dealing in health-related activity. And together we want to try and make a difference to local people. So what we've done internally, we've actually formed a health team, which is members of staff, members of the management, coming together to actually see what we can do to improve the work in the leisure centres. So, for instance, people who come on our exercise referral scheme, are we doing the best thing for them in the way we deal with them when they come in, or are we putting them off when they first arrive? We need to look at that and be honest and actually be self-critical about that. I think we are, in general, doing a very good job in terms of getting people engaged in activity, but is there more we can do? And this team's been put in place so that over the course of the next year, we can make sure that we're encouraging people in a positive way to improve their lifestyles by coming and working with us, whether it be in the leisure centre or in a community-based setting.
Well, Dave, if you're happy we've covered everything, I'd like to once again thank you very much for taking the time out to speak to us here at BRFM on the Daniel Monday Night Community Show.
Thank you very much, Daniel, and I look forward to coming along in the future.
Yeah, we look forward to it because it's good to catch up with you every few months or so we do look forward to that.